at Burr Castle with the Leviathan. I shouldn't say my favorite telescope because, like, obviously my telescope is my favorite telescope, but one of my favorite telescopes. This one's a beauty behind me. I've got Shawnee Morris here, who I'm so excited to meet because I've been working with this man forever.
And we've never met in person.
No.
Today's a first. Now there's proof.
Yeah. And he's a huge space enthusiast. This man knows a lot about telescopes and the night sky. Yeah.
Pressure's on now.
Tell us a little bit about Leviathan behind us.
Well, when this was completed in February 1845, it was the largest telescope in the world. It's 72 inches in diameter, or 6 feet. That's the mirror size. And for 72 years, just coincidence, it remained as the largest telescope in the world until the Hooker 100-inch was built in California in 1912. So this was telescope made some very famous discoveries, including one of the more famous ones when the 3rd Earl of Ross looked upon the M51 Whirlpool galaxy. He called it a nebula at the time, and what he did not know was that he was looking at another galaxy outside of our own. So that was only one of many discoveries that this Leviathan actually made to science from right here in the center of Ireland.
Yeah, it's so impressive to me that it's right here in this dead center of Ireland.
He hand built it.
Yeah.
He designed it. The mirrors, he made 2 of them, 6-foot mirrors. So one was being used from a speculum metal. It was a copper-rich metal at the time, but it tarnished quickly in Ireland's wet climate.
Right.
He could only average maybe 60 clear nights a year. So it seemed like an odd location to build a mirror of that size for a telescope this big. But those mirrors that he made, like, they weighed 3 tons each. He made them up at the castle, would swap them every couple of months and keep this in operation as much as possible. And some of the world's best best observers and astronomers at the time, they came from Africa, from England, from America, Norway, France, just to have a peep through this monstrosity. A beautiful monstrosity. Leviathan in its nature for Irish astronomy.
Yeah. And this is why it's one of my favorite telescopes.
Yes.
It's fantastic. So Steve,
amazing. Yeah.
what's do you have a favorite telescope yourself, or like?
Yeah, I would guess so.
Yeah.
James Webb.
There.
The photos coming back are just so fantastic.
Yeah. And changing things that we thought we knew. And in a short amount of time it's up there, it's doing amazing things.
Oh, it's amazing. It really is.
Yeah.
It is game changing for astronomy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I remember exactly where I was the day that it released the re-release of the Hubble Deep Field.
Yes,
and it did its own deep field. And I was with a bunch of astronomy people. We were all together, Niall and Francis and everybody, and talking about the image, and you could see the warping of the galaxies, and all of us were just like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So, yeah. Good choice. That's a real good choice.
Good choice.
And so on the James Webb, did you know there's a bit of an Irish connection there?
I've heard this, but you tell me about it, because I don't really know.
Yeah, so there's an Irish company called Realtra, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that properly. My Irish isn't fantastic, but it means...
You're doing good for an American from Buffalo.
Okay, thanks.
Well, yes.
I'll take it. It means star, right?
That's right. Well, Railtra is a derivation of the Irish Railta, which is the Irish for star.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah. And so they actually have equipment on the James Webb Space Telescope. So
That's
Ireland.
fantastic.
We are,
Yes.
We're there in deep
Like
space.
the first big one.
There you go. Yeah.
And James Webb.
There you go. And Rob, come on in.
Yes, so the Space Week is only kicking off the Science Fun here in Offaly. We have got the STEAM Engineering and Heritage Festival in Burr County, Offaly, 18th, 19th, and 20th of October coming up. So when you're done with Space Week, get ready for the STEAM Engineering and Heritage Festival.
Very good.
Sounds good.
Thanks so much. If you're looking to do some stuff, get involved with Space Week at spaceweek.ie. We got loads of events there. If you're thinking about getting involved yourself and you want to do your own space event, you can register. It's still, while Space Week's going on, it's not too late. You can register your own event. So get involved. Ireland is top of the world for Space Week events, and we want to stay that way. So we love everybody's excitement.
And don't forget, in order to keep that going, we want you to use the hashtag SpaceWeek or SpaceWeekIRL in your posts on social media. And let's do it not for second place, but for first place.
Yeah, that's what we're trying for. So thanks everyone. Thanks so much for coming out.
Bye.